I'm Shakeel Juman, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Amal College of Advanced Studies, Nilambur. Today I'm going to discuss about C programming. C programming is a very popular language. Now I'm going to discuss about the introductions of the programming in C. Overview of C. Since the late 19th century, C has been popular programming language for general purpose use. C language was developed by Dennis Rich at Bell Laboratory in early 1970s. Its applications are very diverse. It ranges from developing operating system to database and all. Some of the figures are given below. This is a we know very popular operating systems are there. It's Linux, Android, Ubuntu, Windows, iOS, and Fedora. And some of the important databases are given: SQL, MySQL. It's a MySQL database. It's a very popular database for use of all to store data to the cloud or anywhere. It is a system programming language used to do low-level programming. For example, driver or kernel. Even if it's old, it is still a very popular programming language. C used to write driver programs for devices like tablets, printers, etc. For example, peripheral devices. Suppose we have to add new devices to machine, we need some softwares. Without softwares, the machine will not work. This is called softwares. The software is for called driver means driver understand which device is connected to the systems. Then the functions working properly by the help of the driver. These type of programs, these type of devices can connect without any softwares. These softwares are developed by using C. And another important point is Unix operating system. Unix operating system was written in C. It has a strong association with the operating system. Unix is a very popular, very famous program operating system. It's fully developed by using C. And this is another main point. C has also been used widely while creating iOS and Android kernels. We know very familiar with iOS and Android. It's very popular operating system. Nowadays, our tablets and mobiles and everywhere is using Android and iOS operating systems in devices. And MySQL database written using C. MySQL database is one of the famous and familiar database to store data into the cloud or any. Ruby and Perl are mostly written using C. This is programming languages using for the internet applications. These softwares, these programming languages are also developed by using C. And we have now Apache and Nginx. These two servers. This server is used for HTTP server and another one is a reverse proxy server. The server is developed by using C language. And we know that embedded systems, we are using many more systems, even our washing machine, and number of devices are attached to our toys and many more devices are there. These devices to be connected with the help of the works with the help of the embedded system. The embedded system works with the programming language C. The C can run faster in limited memory, so that the program can run or inbuilt into the chipset, and the chipset will work automatically according to this program. C used to develop games. A computer has to react quickly to user input. That's why machine can interact easily. We know that very familiar games, car racings and snake and ladder games. These games are used very popular in our students or children's. These games are developed by the help of the C language. And we can C is also called mother language. What do you mean mother language? C language is considered as the popular, considered as the mother language for all the modern programming language, because most of the compilers, JVM, kernels, etc. are written in C language. And most of the programming language we can see, we know that C syntax, for example C++, Java, C#, Python, PHP, all programs are following C syntax. So that for this reason the study of the C would be very interesting. So this is a complete overview of the C, what we discussed in the earlier. That means C is a very popular, but it's old. Then even though we are using the C language for very familiar, very famous, that's why we are going to study about the C language, because of the very interesting programming language. So we can start now. Okay, what is a programming language? For scenario, both individuals agree upon a common language and communicate with each other. For example, for a person, we have two persons. One person speak in English, another person also speak in English. They can communicate, the communications possible without any intermediary. So this is a very general communication system. And second scenario, both individuals do not agree upon a common language and direct communication is not possible. For example, we have two persons, one of them speaks in Hindi, another one speaks in English. Though they cannot communicate each other, it's very difficult to understand their language without an intermediary. So direct communication is not possible. And third scenario, both individuals do not agree upon a common language and the communication is possible through a mediator. This means we have two persons, one person from speaks English, another one speaks Hindi, and they cannot understand. We need an intermediator. The intermediator will discuss, will translate both Hindi to English, English to Hindi, vice versa. That's why this is a third scenario. C programming. A programming works like this method. That means the intermediators we are using here is a compiler. Compiler means that compiler is a program which converts programming language into the machine language. Here, see the picture. Here, the picture explains that C language cannot be understand directly the machine. So machine can understand only the binary code. So we need to convert by the help of the compiler, the language. C language means it's a high level language. The language converted to the machine code by the help of the compiler. You can see another picture. This is source code. It's a file of the C source code file. The files converted into the machine code by the help of the compiler. The machine can understand only zeros and ones, but the human being cannot be understand 0 and 1s. But the C programs, we are writing this code by the help of the high level language like English and other languages. So this language is converted into the machine language by the help of the compiler. This is a compiler of the ID. ID means we are going to write a program. We need a software called compiler. The compiler is an ID, means write this code here, C program. And we can use many more compilers available in C, Borland, Turbo C, GCC, Tinny C compiler, C lang. And we are popular compiler is the Turbo C, Borland C. This is a program. The program we can type this code into the system and store with a first.c. First means a file name, and store the program with the extensions of .c, and the files convert into the .exe. The exe by the help of the GCC compiler, means a compiler is a computer program that converts a program into the machine language so that can be easily understood by the computer. And same time, a program is written in a plain text. This is a plain text. We can know that gedit or notepad, we can edit this code, we can type this code. It's called plain text. This plain text is a combination of instructions in a particular sequence. The compiler performs some basic checks and finally convert the programs into the executable codes is called first.exe by the help of GCC. Then we are going to discuss about the chapter 1. Here we are going to directly how to write this code. If you want to write this code, variables, constants and keywords are very important. So we can discuss about that. First, variable. A variable is a container that store a value in a kitchen. We have container storing rice, dal, sugar, etc. If you want to store rice or sugar separate, we need vessels or store containers. We need that, so that like we using compiler C programs also, we need to store the values by the help of the variables. So a equal to 3 means a is assigned, a is store the value 3. The 3 is assigned to the a. A is a container, a is called integer value can store by. So this a is a container and b also another container, c is another container. So but b can only store 4.7 means decimal values, and c can store only character values. Is assigned a to the c and 4.7 to b and 3 to a. These are different types of the data types we can discuss later. See this picture. A variable is a container that store a value in the kitchen. We have containers storing rice, dal, sugar, etc. similar to the variables in a store. C works like this. We are very familiar with this picture. We are using in our home separate products, separate kitchen's material stores in a separate vessels is acts as a variable. And if we are going to create a variable, we need some rules. So mainly we are focusing 5 rules. The first character must be alphabets or underscore. So this is we are going to, for storing a variables in storing data into the variable, we need some variable. The variable must be first character and or underscores is allowed. Otherwise the first character digits is not allowed, and comma or blanks are not allowed. Second rule. And third one is no special symbols other than underscore is allowed. Only is acceptable special words is special character is underscore. And variable names are case sensitive, and very important that this last one is the maximum length of the variable is 32. And constants we know that the value cannot be changeable. Value from the entire program, the value should be the same from the beginning to end according to the what we declared, what we initialized the variable. This is called constant. The constant's value doesn't change, called constant. For example, pi. We know that the pi value is not changeable. This is a constant value. So if you want to store the constant value, is like we want to store this as a constant. So some of the examples are given here. Constants, types of constant, and primarily there are 3 types of constants: integer constants and real constants, character constants. And the integer constants is -1, 6, 7, 9, etc. These values can store in an integer. And real constants are float variables. Float variable means used for the decimal values can store the real is called float, or it may be negative or positive numbers. And character constants must be enclosed with a single inverted commas. It's like this dollar signs and ampersands, other symbols like that. So we can store by the help of the character. So single characters The single character we can store as a constants by the single quotes, inverted quotes. And keywords, there are reserved whose meanings is already known to the compiler. There's a 32 keywords are available in C. Some of them are given below: auto, double, integer, structure, break, long, else, etc. And this is a 32 keywords. We are using these keywords for developing programs. We cannot use these keywords as a variable or constants. These are already predefined keywords to the compiler. A sample programs given here. These are first C program, include stdio, include stdio.h is a header files. The stdio.h header files used for to print or scan, means standard input output header files. This is a very important header file. This is all programs. We are going to write any programs. These header files must be in there. And second one is a void main. Void main is a main function, and main functions, under the main function and within the braces, curly braces, we write these statements. So we have printf hello, I am learning C with interactive board. The output will be produced, hello, I am learning C with the interactive board. So this is the first and very simple code by writing C language. So this is the output of the programming language, hello, I am learning C with interactive board. So here this is the hash. Hash means it's a special characters used for to identify this is a header files or not. As include, it's a the include means used for to add addition file, header file to the our program. So this is the it's mainly important, very important header file stdio.h, and it's a void means void is used, void means that null, and otherwise we can use integer int. And if you use integer, then we can go to the last return to be return 0 should be there. Otherwise we not use integer or return. We have to write same void main, and within the braces printf hello I am learning. Even every programming, every lines which ends with a semicolon, that's very important. It is every statement ends with a semicolon. This is a basic structure of a C program. There are some basic rules which are applicable to all the C programs. Every program's execution starts from the main function. This is a main function. It's a header file, include stdio.h. We already discussed about that. And main functions means is a integer main, and open with a curly braces and ends with them close with them curly braces. And within the braces we have to write this code as variable declaration, some things, and initialization statements, body of the programs will be written within the curly braces. So statements are writing within curly braces. This is called curly braces, and all the statements are terminated with a semicolon. And instructions are case sensitive. Instructions are executed in the same order which they are written. If you have any queries, you can ask. You may contact this mail, juman@amalcollege.ac.in. Have a nice day. Thank you.